Welcome back, dear viewers. We apologize for the technical error. And as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about SMEs, or small and medium enterprises, and their role in supporting the economy. And on this, we're glad to be joined by Mr. Ashraf Tawakol, and he's an economic expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
How are you, sir? Well, we would like to talk about small and medium enterprises and their impact in supporting the economy.
Well, small and medium enterprises play a vital role in supporting and growing the economy, because they come in actually two flavors. They come in flavors that actually push the existing demand, which opens immediate jobs and creates immediate income for a lot of people. And it comes as well as in the flavor of innovation-driven enterprises, which start small, but they boost innovative solutions, which actually contributes more economic wealth to the economy through creating unique jobs that grow very quickly and spread outside the country as well. So it actually helps in importing foreign currency.
Well, sir, how do you think we can support small and medium enterprises during the pandemic, during the current coronavirus pandemic?
Well, actually, the main support that we need comes on two levels. There is a level that is actually financial. And already we have taken some really great measures in doing that over the last year and a half. The other part is actually through mentoring and supporting those small and medium enterprises immediately, because there are two phases to the pandemic. There is a bad and ugly phase, and God bless everybody in the country. But as well, pandemics and crises open other opportunities. And it is not just for new businesses, but for the existing small businesses. They need to adjust. And the adjustment might just require extra expertise in helping them to do that. We have been doing this voluntarily over the last year with an initiative that we called it support. It was through Facebook and WhatsApp, through which we supported more than 1,000 small and medium enterprises, giving them quick advice and immediate, if we can say, remedies for some problems that they have been saving. And we say that the success rate we got out of this support initiative from the last 6 months was something like about 20%, which is actually very good.
Right. Well, in your opinion, how can we improve the small and medium enterprises investment climate?
Well, actually, the investment climate is not really bad, because you see, the problem, or the actually, it's not a problem. It's actually, I see it as a benefit. Small and medium enterprise investments usually come locally. It comes from inside. So what we really need to do to improve that is to improve the policies. We need to lower the time of establishing a company. We really need to make it effortless, if we can say. Currently, it takes us anywhere between 10 to 15 days on the minimum to open a small enterprise with all the regulations. We want to narrow this. If we can make it a week, that's a win. If it can be 2 days, that's even a better win. So I think authorities are working on doing that right now, and that will actually speed up the formation of small enterprises and medium enterprises.
Right. Mr. Ashraf, how can we support entrepreneurs and help them gain the marketing capabilities and the marketing techniques?
Well, with entrepreneurs, what we have been doing, we would like to see this more on a national level, if we can say. As I told you in the beginning, we immediately uncovered our organization and my colleagues. We actually work with small and medium enterprises and entrepreneurs as mentors. And we were surprised with the beginning of COVID that a lot of people have been calling us. So we started our own initiative. It is a voluntary initiative, but I believe that a lot of entrepreneurs and leaders on small businesses will actually benefit a lot if we can find how we can make this as a formal channel where we can create channels where people with experts in marketing and in small businesses like ourselves and others, there are a lot in Egypt that would like to help these people, but we don't just have the channels.
Right. So do you think the media, and especially the social media, have an important role to play in supporting SMEs or small and medium enterprises?
Well, you see, the problem is that social media is everywhere. Social media is everywhere. It's huge. But again, social media is ill-organized. It's about the word of mouth. So we were just lucky that we have a lot of followers. So when we started our initiative on the social media, we got a lot of response. But other people tried to do that, and they didn't get that much luck because not everybody knows what's going on the social media. So if you want something to be known on social media, then we have to spend some money on it. So that's why I'm talking about channels. Channels could be social media, and it could be normal media as well, so that we can link the gap or bridge the gap between both of them, and we get as much people who wants to benefit as possible.
And in your opinion, what are the most important challenges facing SMEs or small and medium enterprises?
Well, actually, small and medium enterprises usually in normal condition have the challenge of being in the market. We have two types. The entrepreneurs have a bigger challenge because entrepreneurs who are innovating new solutions for problems or are addressing new needs, they still have to prove themselves. Small and medium enterprises have less challenges but yet challengeable because they start with a demand in the market, but they are unknown. So they really have to struggle to get known. They really have to struggle to reach their customers. So it's more on the marketing part and slightly on the financial side. Helping them in a pandemic as well is even more challenged because the behavior of the consumers or their customers changed.
Right.
So now, even on retail, people go down to the mall, but they don't buy. They just go out and they're afraid to go into shops. How can we help new shops to overcome this? These are all mostly marketing challenges.
Why is it a must to set a plan for the needs of the market so entrepreneurs can choose their projects according to the needs of the market?
Well, you see, entrepreneurs, as I told you, there are two types of small businesses. Entrepreneurs, or there are two types of entrepreneurs, if I can say. There are entrepreneurs who create new things or innovate new things. Those people look actually for the opportunity, so they already know their customers. The small businesses that actually respond to extra demand. I will give you an example that happened in the pandemic, like making masks. Mask industry in Egypt was there because we have hospitals, and these actually demand masks. But after the pandemic, we started wanting a demand for everybody wants a mask. So our Ministry of Industry and Commerce responded to that immediately by putting some really very good conditions for people who want to apply to open a small workshop to produce masks. Now, the challenge is, where do I distribute these masks?
Yes.
Well, because of the pandemic, the distribution for something like masks was really easy. But in a normal place, what they really need, they need access to information on where the markets exist. And this information is really there, but it's buried. Not everybody knows how to get it out. So what we want to do is to have better organized efforts between private and governmental sectors to help get this information on the surface.
Right. Well, sir, to what extent can the different financial entities provide the needed financing support to establish micro, small, and medium projects and enterprises?
We actually are witnessing this right now. Egypt is a great market, and it is a target for a lot of people from outside of Egypt. When it comes to investment, this is no different. We have most of the variations of required finance is available in Egypt now, either on the debt side or on the equity side. And these finances are actually supporting some of the people. But the problem is, no matter how much you increase the finance, Demand for finance is actually always more than the supply. So that's why we see the shortage. But it's an increase. It's in an increase.
Sir, how do you see the keenness of the state in supporting youth and encouraging youth to work on small and medium or small enterprises in specific, instead of looking for jobs or governmental jobs? I mean, it's more into the support of the youth to have their own projects now. I mean, this is worldwide even. This is a trend worldwide to support the youth in having their own small projects.
Well, actually, Egypt is, again, as I'm saying, we are in a new era. Egypt is moving onto a completely new dimension. With Vision 2030, we have very, very clear directions to support our youth and to actually promote youth to go on and open their own jobs. We started with availing the startings of finance. But what we really need to work on so that we can make this easier, as I said before, we need to work on a collaboration between different governmental entities to avail clear policies and easy to apply procedures to enable the youth to start up startups, and we don't want to penalize them if they fail. Because youth, when they start, they're starting with no experience. Experienced people like myself, we are here to support them. But the failure percentage is going to be high. We should not be penalizing them. We should actually be putting the needed policies and the needed procedures that will actually give them another chance.
Yes.
So then, because the fear of failure is the main obstacle in front of our youth. Because Egypt has for so long been an agricultural country. We stepped into major industrial companies after that. So the culture of failure is not really in our culture. We need to change this. The first step to change this is to encourage the youth, get it easy for them to do a company, put needed policies to ensure that they will do things right. But if they fail, which will happen, they should not be penalized. It shouldn't show on their credit facility, for instance. We need to find the entire process and add it to the already momentum that we added due to Vision 2030.
In your opinion, sir, what are the most important needs of the market here in Egypt nowadays?
In terms of what?
In terms of new needs of the market. I mean, if the youth now want to start job projects, what are the needs of the market now? What are the fields in which they can invest?
Yes, I understand your point. Egypt is a huge market because not just the population, but because we have the majority of our population are in rural like Egypt. I don't say the word under because we really don't want them to think that have unique opportunities. So what we really want is to encourage and avail information about our different geographic areas in Egypt. We don't want everybody to start the job in Cairo and Alexandria.
Yes.
This is not where the majority of the market is. There are markets and needs and problems that have to be addressed in Cairo and Alexandria, but we have a lot of other opportunities, huge opportunities. And the beauty of these opportunities, the more you go deeper in Upper Egypt, those opportunities have a chance to expand into Africa. Because we share a lot of resemblance when we come in Upper Egypt for the type of problems and needs we solve. They have resemblance in other countries in Africa. So those startups have the opportunity as well to expand outside of Egypt. It's a huge market. We just need to put the information and start looking how can we incentivize our youth to go to the other parts outside of Cairo and Alexandria.
Yes, and so what are your expectations for 2021 when it comes to SMEs, small and medium enterprises?
Currently, most of the money that was spent prior to the pandemic was mainly on small and medium enterprises that were in relation to the food industry, whether these are from the manufacturing part and supply chain all the way to the consumption, and they were hit severely by the pandemic. So this is creating sort of a ripple effect. My expectation for 2021 is if these people really succeed in stabilizing themselves, and myself and my colleagues, we are already voluntarily helping some of them. I'm sure there are other people in Egypt trying to help these people. So I think we will stabilize the scene after the turbulence that happened in 2020. By the stabilization of 2021 and actually moving to the new capital, the opening of other new cities in the different regions, I think we will see a surge in opportunities if we are ready with the shorter procedures and better policies. By 2022, 2021 will be setting the stage for a leap forward.
Yes. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Mr. Ashraf Tawakol, our economic expert. Many thanks for your insight. And dear viewers, with this we come to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International. This is Naveen Ramzi signing off.